going on? Man, we black. Shout out to everybody out there at the Core Plantation. Shout out to everybody in Vegas. Shout out to my brother David Okamai. Shout out to Georgia. Shout out to my brother James Youngblood. Texas is definitely in the building. We've been having some great conversations. Me, James, and David. Shout out to the homegirl Shawnee. Philly in the building. Shout out to the homegirl Erica. Florida, a.k.a. Florida in the building. Shout out to my homegirl Melina, all the way in North Carolina, a.k.a. North Carolina. Shout out to all my siblings in Vegas. Man, y'all know what it is. Man, R.I.P. to Angie Stone, man. We gonna do a little bit talking about this sister. Let's get it. Man. It's sad, man. And no, I haven't read anything. I just saw the one post that she passed away. And Angie Stone was just a beautiful person to me. You never really heard her in no bullshit. You never really heard her in no drama. She never used... The one thing that I respected the most about Angie Stone, she never used or piggybacked off of D'Angelo to gain fame. She just did it on her own. And she's got hits. She's got some hits. And I just want to know why every time a foundational Black American or a person that is in litigation with these record labels and these other entities, they end up dead. That's the problem that I have. We're so busy fighting so many wars. You know what I mean? So we can't even really appropriately celebrate the life of Angie Stone because, you know, we got so much going on. You know what I mean? It's so funny, you know, when you think of a person of her caliber and people don't even realize, like, damn, I didn't know she wrote that. Damn. If I'm not mistaken, and no, I didn't look this up, I think that's Angie Stone singing the intro to Girlfriends. I've always thought that. I just never looked it up. I'm pretty good at, I can hear really well. And I'm very distinctive on voices. I think a lot of foundational Black Americans are very distinctive on voices, and we have keen ears. Even the ones that can't sing or hold a note, they know what sounds good. I'm talking about foundational Black Americans. Let me give you an example. Go to church. Go to a Black church and get to singing, and you don't know, and you sound terrible. The majority of the foundational Black Americans that's at that church, if it's a Black church, whether it's First AME or Coach or anything, they're going to let you know you sound terrible. They're going to make frowns. The musician's going to be frowning, or people going to be laughing. And that's a fact. Because it went on at the church I grew up with. Don't come in there thinking you finna sing no solo and it sounds terrible. Shit, you get laughed up out of there or frowned up out of there. That's the one thing that foundational Black Americans, we do not play with, is that singing. We do not play with that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think she wrote the Girlfriend's intro and sang it, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I could be wrong. I never looked it up, but I always thought it was Angie Stone. And it's very sad and unfortunate that, you know, she leaves a great legacy behind, but we in litigation, she was in litigation with someone. When I saw she was in litigation, this was a minute ago when she was in litigation. I didn't want to put it out there, but I was like, oh shit, I hope she got extra security and good drivers and everything, because these people will kill you. Like, we got to pray for brother Chris Brown, another FBA. If I'm not mistaken, he owns his masters. We got to pray for Sierra. She owns her masters. These people will try to kill you. Don't think these people won't come after you. And the only one still standing is, what's his name? From, was it Arista? What's that man's name? Clyde Davis. When they asked him about Diddy, he tried to act like he had selective amnesia. So, you know, I just think it's very, very unfortunate. I'm going to always hold Angie Stone in high regards, because she just ain't never did no sucker shit. And she didn't use D'Angelo or anybody. A lot of people didn't even know she had a baby with D'Angelo. And she was in like the first hip hop rap group, if I'm not mistaken. I think she was in Microphone Check with Tariq. She might not have been, because I haven't seen it yet. I need to go see it. I need to go watch it, sit down and really take my time and watch it. But I remember him and other people stating, like, you know, Angie Stone was a rapper first. I think it was Lord Jamar. I'm not sure. I know for sure I heard Tariq Nasheed say it. So it's a very unfortunate situation. I don't like the way they try to make it seem like things are accidents. I don't think that was an accident. They can say it is. I don't believe none of that shit. They said uh, a lot of black folk that ended up murdered and killed. Oh, it was an accident and all this other stuff. So, just like that hooker that set up Sam Cooke, because she was funded by the Italians who set him up because he was like, I'm not paying y'all nothing. And, you know, Sammy Davis Jr. basically on some Sambo shit, hey, man, these people ain't playing, man. They're serious, man. No, get the Nation of Islam. And Sam Cooke was just bold. He was like, no, I ain't afraid of them. I'm not afraid of them. You know, and it always ends at the behest of us losing a great. Angie Stone was a great. She was a great, man. Like, it's Angie Stone. She's a household name, and she's got Black Brother. That should be the national anthem. She made a song uplifting black men. So you got to give her props for that. That was a dope song. It was a long time ago, but it was a dope song. And it's still, you can play it today and people still vibe out to it. So I'm always have love and respect for Angie Stone, man. I just thought she was a great. And Angie Stone was, to me, one of those type of people like, I'm just not finna be involved in no drama. I'm not finna be involved in nobody's bullshit. I'm just gonna do what I need to do. And I'll just let the records do the talking. And I just think she had a very good career. She was still touring. She looked great. You know what I'm saying? She just always carried herself as a professional. And you can tell she ain't no smiley motherfucker either. She didn't play that bullshit either. But I got a lot of love for Angie Stone, man, because I just thought she was great. You know, yeah, some would say she was commercialized and stuff like that. I had that album until all my motherfucking CDs got stolen. But yeah, man, I got a lot of love and respect for Angie Stone. I'm pretty sure everybody else do, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I believe that somebody killed her. And I'm not saying it in the sense of just like somebody shot her. I just feel like a lot of these deaths are orchestrated, just in my personal opinion. Not only are they orchestrated, they're manipulated in front of our eyes, because you're like, oh my God, it's a tragic accident. Yeah, but she's in litigation with these record labels. These record labels are gangster. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all think the Bloods and the Crips is gangster? Fuck with them record labels and see what they do to you. So, you know, when I first found out she was in litigation, this was a minute ago, I didn't want to put it out there. I didn't want to say nothing because I don't like putting that energy out there. But I was like, oh shit, here we go with this. Now she in litigation. I'm gonna bring something up to y'all, and y'all gonna be like, what the fuck is that? This is why I miss Michael Jackson, because Michael Jackson didn't fear them record labels. Michael Jackson was buying people's masters back and giving them to them. Go watch Ism Radio. Brandy Jackson gets interviewed by Tariq Nasheed. And this Brandy Jackson is Michael Jackson's niece. She was the one dating Wade Wilson, the dude, the choreographer for NSYNC, the dude that was fucking around with Britney Spears. There's pictures of him, Brandy Jackson, and Michael Jackson. You know, and some of the stories that she was telling, I know he was doing it. I know Michael Jackson because he knew how treacherous they were. So he was buying a lot of people's masters back, giving them to him. Like I said, it had been said when Eminem called himself making fun of him, he just bought his masters. Oh, you want to play games? No problem. I'll just buy your masters. Now you're working for me. And that's why they had to get Michael out of the paint. I miss Michael Jackson, man, because a lot of shit wouldn't be going on. People wouldn't be talking all that crazy shit. I believe they wouldn't have done no documentary about Michael or none of that stuff. I just felt like Michael was the big bruh. He knew how treacherous they were. And we need somebody like that again. We don't need nobody making fun of us. We need somebody that's like, no, I'll purchase their masters and I'm going to start giving them back to these people because, you know, that's what it's about. FBA empowerment. Shout out to Michael Jackson. He will definitely be missed. You know, along with, I think his brother passed away too. Jackson, they're royalty. So they're like the Wayans to me. And for gospel, the Winans, they're gospel royalty. Those are the people I will not tolerate being disrespected, especially if you think you're finna disrespect CC Winans. Fine in the motherfucker still, huh? But anyway, I digress. But I just, you know, it's just a sad situation, and we have to be very, very mindful of when our FBA people are going against these machines. We got to start speaking up before things happen. You know, and I'm kind of mad I didn't speak up. I wish I'd have been like, all right, now y'all watch what these record labels do. Because you see, they didn't kill Michael. They didn't kill Prince. They didn't kill Whitney Houston. You know what I mean? All these great FBA artists they're icons. Whitney Houston is an icon. Gone. Daughter gone. You know what I mean? Prince, a global icon in music. The most talented person you probably ever seen gone. Michael Jackson gone. Now they want to come for Angie Stone. So we got to watch this. And we have to understand what we're up against. You know what I mean? And R.I.P. to Angie Stone, man, because she will be greatly missed. And I just let's keep her family in our prayers, and you know, let's just send out positive energy, and let's coalesce around the family and just send that positive energy out. And it's so funny, like I said, we was fighting two battles. You know, oh my God, did y'all hear all these Democrat people? Ain't no more Black History Month. Ain't no this. Ain't no that. Yeah, y'all notice I never said nothing about Black History Month. You know why I never said nothing about it? Every month is Black History. We built the country for free. I got 12 books for every month that we could read and dissect why it's Black History Month. So that's why you didn't hear Warren talk about it. Oh, Donald Trump, y'all better get it. Ain't no Medicaid, ain't no Medicare. You ain't gonna get nothing. Ain't no Black History Month. Y'all about to get deported too. Fat Rottweiler head Roland Martin, all of them. You notice who isn't speaking? The Clintons. Kamala Harris isn't speaking. You know, because they have their little minions, like, you know, Jasmine Crockett. I got love for Jasmine Crockett, but Jasmine Crockett would be up there running her mouth, talking a lot of bullshit on the behalf of the Democratic Party. And she's going to look up and she's going to be just like Fannie Willis, floating up a river without a paddle. Because if you don't think, eventually, Fannie Willis will be fired too, just like I told you Keisha LaMamie Bottoms. She going to be out of there too. Fired. It's so funny how they say, oh, Trump gonna take away everything. He gonna take away everything. It's Trump. He gonna take away everything. Yup, you ain't gonna have no Black History Month. You ain't gonna have nothing. He ain't celebrating nothing. Then he have a Black History Month, have all these black people go to the damn thing. Like, what's wrong with y'all? I'll put it to you like this. Donald Trump has probably done more harm for Black Americans Foundation. He's done more, not harm, but he's probably done more for foundational Black Americans as a president, a dominant society, white racist president, than any other president that I've ever really seen in my lifetime. Bill Clinton, all he did was go around Arsenio Hall and play the saxophone and then come up with the crime bill along with Joe Biden. So he didn't do shit. He did more harm than good. So it's so funny how every time they're like, oh, he racist. I be laughing when people like, man, he racist, man, but he racist. I'd be like, okay, and what else? But he racist. Okay, well, what else? But shit, he gonna take away Black History Month. Then he's up here celebrating Black History Month, giving foundational Black Americans props. Okay, so let's move past that. What else? But he racist. Okay, but Joe Biden is racist, and so is Kamala Harris, because she's not a foundational Black American. Her lineage is not from this landmass. So what's the difference? See, but the Democrats, you know, they're not racist. So the 94 crime bill wasn't racist and white supremacy? Then they get quiet. But see, So Donald Trump was pardoning a lot of foundational Black Americans, as well as immigrants, probably too, right? While Joe Biden was pardoning his criminal son. So I don't want to hear nothing about nothing when it comes to the Democratic Party. It's over for them. It's Luther. It's over now. It's a wrap. We're not going to keep talking about this. That's why I said we fight so many battles. I'm like, damn, Angie Stone can't even rest in peace, because you got so many people that don't give a fuck about Angie Stone, she's to me an icon. She had a very, very big iconic song, Black Brother. Come on. And we up here still being ridiculed because Trump is in office. Trump's been in office for a minute now. Let it go. You have to move aside to move ahead, Democratic Party, aka Democrats, who steal from foundational Black Americans and giveth to immigrants. Stop. That's why Donald Trump is doing the Lord's work. In my personal opinion, he ain't attacking us. That's not our fight. And I don't want to hear nothing. Don't be asking me nothing about nothing. When people get to ask you about other shit, be like, I'm only worried about foundational Black Americans. And stop explaining to Black folk, and I mean Black folk, why we should get reparations. If you got to explain it to a foundational Black American that we should get reparations, just walk away and tell them, hey man, you should read this book, Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Klein Anderson, and just keep it moving. You ain't got time to be fighting with no Black people. It's called The Four Wall Effect by Neely Fuller Jr. Us just getting together to argue and fight and not accomplish anything. It's called non-constructive behavior. So we don't do non-constructive. We do constructive behavior. So with that said, we have to have a different mentality, a different attitude, a different mind frame, and we have to understand we have to celebrate our icons like Angie Stone, the Jill Scotts, the D'Angelos, the Musics. You know, we have to celebrate them so they understand how important they are and what they mean to us, because music is therapeutic and music speaks to the melanin. As I said before, when you read the Kabbalion, which you got to read it 100,000 times to really understand it, because I had to read it like 5 times. Still don't really understand a lot of the core principles. But when you read this book called the Kabbalion, it talks about the law of rhythm, the natural law of rhythm. We naturally possess it. And you see all these other racial groups trying to mimic and replicate it. But we are not duplicated or replicated. You can't do what Michael Jackson did or what Chris Brown is doing. You're just not going to be able to do it. Or what Timbaland or Swiss Beats or Dr. Dre. You can't do it. I don't care how good you think you are. You can't do it. And that's what I think a lot of these other racial groups hate the most. But they like to cosplay as us until it's time for racism, white supremacy to take place, shape, and form. And then all of a sudden it's like, fuck them niggas. That's why when I look at immigrants, I just listen to them talk. I don't go back and forth with them. I remember this Costa Rican at the LVAC in Vegas always complaining. I said, well, why don't you just move back to Costa Rica if it's that bad here? He's like, oh, nah, man. I was like, I don't understand why people be complaining about the United States of America Incorporated, and you have the option to go to, you know, your homeland where you live. You know, if I hated this country that bad and I could go back to my homeland, I probably would. And he was like, well, you can. I said, Africa's not my homeland. My homeland is the United States of America Incorporated. I said, you should read a book called They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. And I think once he knew I kind of read a little bit, he just kind of left me alone. And that's how life is. And that's how it would always be. Remember, we are fighting a lot of wars. We don't have time to be fighting each other. Put the petty bullshit to the side and get on cold, because it ain't that deep. I'm out of here. R.I.P. Angie Stone. Peace.